I'm with Jim Davies. Jim is Enterprise CTO. So Jim, this week you talked about Bluebird and some other things. What is Bluebird?
So Bluebird is an app, and it's one of our first next generation apps. And what next generation apps are 100% cloud-based apps that link through web services down into customer premise and other cloud infrastructure. Bluebird is, like all these next generation apps, are going to be targeted at a community, and the community that it's targeted at is small business for the Americas.
Okay, and what about CloudLink? We heard about that. Where does that fit in?
So CloudLink is a piece of infrastructure that takes existing Mitel assets, so PBXs, phones, and applications, whether those are on-site or in the cloud, and it abstracts them so they look to these apps like Bluebird to be all the same PBX, telephone sets, or applications. So it homogenizes them, it brings that infrastructure in to be full cloud citizens, so we can leverage those resources in next generation apps.
And CloudLink doesn't work with just Mitel PBXs and call control, it works with other vendors?
Yeah, that's certainly where we're going with it. So today it works with Mitel pieces. We have a couple of starting points with some of the broader community, but certainly the vision is to take it across the board. Through our acquisitions, we ended up owning a company called Condasis. If you got to look a bit back in history, but they were one of the leaders in mobile client business. So they had a mobile, one of the original mobile clients that twinned, and it worked on every single one of the PBXs. So we have both technology and people that understands the CPI interfaces for all the major PBXs out there.
And you talked about Amazon and AWS. Where does that fit into everything?
Yeah, so when you look at these next generation platforms, right, which are all serverless, they're all service calls. There's really two ways to go about it. Either you use one of the leaders, so like an Amazon or Azure or up and coming ones like Google, or you develop your own. For example, like Cisco Spark, right? So Cisco Spark built their whole infrastructure from the bottom up. The route that we took was to take the leader. So the services like voice recognition and the underlying chat services and the scaling and the storage, all that is coming from Amazon on demand, and we get it at consumer scale, cost, and a global reach. So and that pairs up with the CloudLink piece to give us leverage of Mitel resource and then leveraging of the broad power of the internet.
And then going forward, where do you see AI with Mitel?
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. So we're talking a lot about our apps today, right? So and the platform that allows that to happen. All of our discussion so far has been on that. So AI kind of comes in two places. One is pieces of the platform, and there are a lot of AI pieces already existing now in terms of the building blocks within Amazon. And then there's the piece on top of that, which is linking it together to do meaningful things. And I think there's some of that we'll do ourselves, but there's an awful lot of that we'll do with our development partners. So we anticipate that a lot of our applications going forward will bring in third-party building blocks and applications, and a lot of the AI stuff will come in that way.
And quickly, anything we should be looking forward to in the near future?
Oh, there's lots to be looking forward to in the near future. So for us, we've embarked on this journey a little over a year ago, but practically in terms of getting the boots on the street and moving on this stuff in terms of development, developing the platform, developing our first app. We'll have it out in less than a year from the start. Once you have the platform out, you'll see an explosion of applications, and then the next wave after that is I think you'll see a lot of variations and new apps coming from our route to market, our channel partners, and our development partners.
Great, well thank you, Jim.
Okay, no problem, Larry.